Okay, so we're going to start the alignment video for week 1, Lab 12 380A, with the end result, which is to get fringes with red LED. There's your red LED, and I put a piece of paper over the beam splitter to provide a distributed incoherent source, and a view from above is like this. You can see where the mirrors are, and then we can look in here and we see our red LED fringes. Contrast isn't great on that just because my camera's not all that great, but they're in there, they're very sharp. So that's the end result. Now to start off with, we have the base plate. Now I've already got some markings on there which I'll describe in a minute. But we start with the one mirror mounted, and then we have our other mirror mounted on a post and our beam splitter mounted on a post. Okay, now just like we did with the Michelson, what we do is we measure the distance from the center of the beam splitter to the top of this mirror here, that mirror face, and then do the same thing for this side. And I fixed the beam splitter here, and what I did, I'll explain in a minute on how to tack this down. But to start with, just go ahead and put it on there about equal distance. Be sure you leave enough room for the dowel pin so that if this goes all the way, it doesn't run into your motor, into your post holder. And then this mirror should be the same distance back from the beam splitter that this is forward. Start off with your adjustment knobs on the tip tilt about mid travel. Okay, and you should be able to look down the bore to see that if everything's kind of centered up, and you can see mine's off a little bit, so I'll correct that here in a second. Okay, now you can see that the bore is kind of straight on both paths for both mirrors. And for this part of the experiment, basically I have the styrofoam just down on the table because we're just doing rough alignment. Okay, for your next step, you have a resistor in your box, and what I did is I folded it over. I folded one of the ends so it's kind of like a C, and then the straight edge down so that when you can put it on the top of your beam splitter, kind of hangs down as a reference for you to look at. And then I put the laser mount up just so I have a nice white surface as a background. And then I look in here, and hopefully you can see. I might have to do this a couple of times.